So outside of the WRX STI POV videos and a couple of other lowered legacies in the channel, something we all enjoy, been inspired by one of our friends Henry, is the ability to lift our subies and see what they're capable of doing off-road. So that's kind of what this video is about. It's a recap of a trip that we did last year. Basically, we try and get together once a year. We've got a really tight-knit group of friends, and around October we always try and make the effort to get together. We live all over the country and go on a bit of a trip, whether that's to a track day with the fast cars, or more recently stepping a bit outside our comfort zone and going off-road with our other Subarus. This trip started in Blenheim. The plan was to head down through the Molesworth. We were going to head back up to Lake Tennyson, camp there for the night before driving through the Rainbow Road and completing our loop back to Blenheim, so all throughout New Zealand's top of the south. Before I get too carried away though, I will leave you guys with a selection of like little highlight clips so you can sort of see what's coming up and what we got up to on the trip. Unfortunately, we were absolutely hammered with rain, as you will see in the sort of intro section. The weather wasn't, definitely not in our favour, but we decided that with everybody having travelled from all over the country, that we were just going to do it anyway. Leave was booked, the ferries were booked, everyone had made the effort, so with the road still open, we thought we're going to get into it and we're going to have a crack. So day one was obviously leaving Blenheim. We went through Taylor Pass Road and up the Awatiri Valley. This took us to the start of the Molesworth, and you can see from this footage that it was raining basically the whole time. As we got further into the Molesworth, rain started to get a bit heavier. This gave some surface flooding in most spots, but I don't know, I guess it kept the trip interesting. It was nice not to have any dust on the road. We'll have that going throughout the aircon systems and that sort of thing. And I tell you what, the heated seats were killer that day. Through the Molesworth, there are lots of cool wee features, some really cool bridges and that sort of thing. Lots of stopping points. Unfortunately, we didn't stop at too many of these, just with the weather being what it was, but I think on a great day, it's just meant to be the most insane drive, and I'm still to do it on a day where it's not like this. Bit of surface flooding. As you can see, nothing that really stopped us, but we were certainly wary of the fact that there was going to be more rain to come, and this wasn't going to be getting any better, so it was a big consideration in the trip and where we sort of went as the day developed. Will's TX Legacy on outback struts and Technicast rally wheels with some basic ATs is just an absolute weapon. I think Will's quote or motto for the trip was "hit it with pace."
Never ever gets old. Never ever gets old.
Something that I love is just how absurd Henry's car is, man. This thing's a lifted outback with a version 10 STI engine in it, basically running a twisted turbo setup, full sealed airbox, snorkel. We stopped at this spot here for lunch. It's called Cob Cottage. It was built in 1866 using cob building techniques, so using like earth and tussock to turn into bricks and then building the structure out of that. It still stands today, and with the rain doing what it was, we ended up eating lunch inside.
That wing.
Quick overview of some of the cars. We've got Will and his TX there. It's my EZ30 Outback. Jamie, a friend of ours, is running an XT Forester with a snorkel and everything on there. And down the front we've got Henry in his 2001 Lancaster. Running that version 10 STI setup. We'll have to wait until I catch up with him again at some stage and do a full walk around on that car because it's just something else. Loads of gates from this point on, and Kevin, travelling with Jamie, was an absolute good sort. He was the only passenger, as we all took our own cars, just chock-a-block full of gear, and he got out and did every single gate. So big shout out to Kevin, and thank you for opening and closing every single one of those in the rain. This section here on a good day is supposed to be absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, we had beautiful viz. We couldn't ask for more. Stopping further down, there's this really cool bridge, suspension bridge, so went for a walk over that, and you can see the amount of water running down that river. It's just out the gate. I've seen other trips where Henry's done it before, and it's like just this beautiful deep blue, really calm, tranquil space, but not today.
Clean my ears or something. Okay, now stop, it's not funny. I don't like it. Is this a just you one or is this an everyone one? I'm not sure.
We found a few slightly more serious water crossings. Probably nothing out of the ordinary for most four-wheel drive owners, but for us in the Subarus it was... look, they got through it. Did an absolutely fantastic job, but it was certainly a step up from the puddles we'd gone through earlier in the day.
It's so good.
This one was one of my favourites. You can see Will parked on a bridge. There's a really easy way over this, but Henry thought he was going to nose down to this wee creek, and yeah, there's quite a bit of water running through there, so it's a little bit hard to tell. He sat there for a while eyeballing it, and yeah, I'll let the video do the rest. After this, we went and found like either a logging track or like a pylon inspection track or something like that. A lot of clay and very, very wet, so that was quite a lot of fun. Really cool to test the all-wheel drive systems on the cars. None of them have true four-wheel drive, it's all a Subaru all-wheel drive system, so super capable though, and yeah, a lot of fun getting a little bit sideways. The EZ30 Outback and the XT Forester couldn't make it up. But Will and that TX just absolutely ripping it.
Yeah. That's a lot of speed.
Next part of the trip was Jolly's Pass. We went up and had a look at that. That's going to take us over to Hamner, and we had a bit of a play before going back down to the Clarence River area. Henry found this pretty cool obstacle. We had a couple of attempts at getting up.
One more go. Good effort. Wow. He said one more go, he might say one more. That one didn't count. Yeah. Nah.
He wasn't going to give up though. He found another way up and ended up coming back down this. We started our drive up to Lake Tennyson to the campsite knowing full well that it was going to be wet. We didn't quite expect it to be this bad, and when the river is higher than the road, that was the point where we decided maybe this isn't such a flash idea, so we did a U-turn and hightailed it back to Hamner for the night. Some more quite deep waterholes in Jolly's Path, so getting towards the end of the day certainly made it a little interesting. The road's pretty knackered at this point. Day 2, and we knew we couldn't get up Rainbow Road. That had been closed. All the rivers and creeks are completely washed out. There was no way of getting through there regardless of what you drove. So we left Hamner and went up through Lewis Pass, and that was going to take us up to Maruia Springs Junction, where we could head up and do Maruia Saddle through to Brayburn track, and we could have a look at Parika Road, and we were going to see how that was looking as our next sort of way back through Glen. Made a quick stop in Lewis Pass for some additional cable ties, a little bit of fender lining falling off, nothing major, some slight modifications.
I thought I heard something earlier. I thought it was the snorkel, but then I'm like, I've never heard the snorkel before, but then there was talk of
It's insane. How's your car going?
Hey?
How's your car going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not going as well as this though.
Hasn't had as much work either, has it?
It's getting there. It's had 2 weeks worth of dodgy love, and it's doing alright for that.
My car looks so tame compared to the rest of them.
I love it like this though. These wheels are great.
They are good, eh?
And I look
just
at
the right amount of bulge.
and I see Henry's on the road, and I find that looks tough, and then I think, oh, mine's, you know, a bit this, a bit that, and then I look at it outside and I'm like,
It's
actually,
fucking sick from behind,
pretty, it looks
On
alright.
the road it looks fucking tough as. Big change.
Those dudes in the that 4-wheel bike thing in Hamner,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they were loving it.
There we go.
And then we pulled off in this sort of campsite area. There's a bit of a collection of like water crossings and that sort of thing that we can play around in, so we went for a nosy to see what that looked like. Nothing super deep. Henry got a little bit more carried away and went further on, but yeah, just fun for a bit of a play and see what we could do. You have a go, Henry? That belt got wet. You'd be alright, but are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?
Really deep.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, eh? It's like, is it worth it though, eh?
Yeah, it's not a required track. So.
No. I come down here for a play, but
Oh, that's the inaugural. This is the spot. Alright, putting up. Let's stick it. Got the brake cleaner. Actually, glass cleaner. Spread straight on. Get it in ya. I hope this never comes off. George is going to drive this to work every day, so we're going to get pretty good publicity out of this.
This was the unveiling of a Bogan flap sticker. So we got this really cool group of mates, and our group chat has been dubbed Bogan flap enthusiasts, thanks to one of the boys, his wife. She refers to the hood scoop on the turbo cars as a Bogan flap. So the name Bogan flap enthusiasts was born from there. Thought it would be fun to get a few stickers made up, so that's what we did, and this is Will throwing his one on. Look at this treat.
Fantastic.
The river's definitely been high, but I wouldn't say it's been crazy.
Maruia Saddle was a fantastic drive, super smooth, a little bit wet and damp but nothing too crazy. The amount of traffic in there from all the roads being closed further up in Murchison, that sort of thing, was pretty hectic. People trying to get through there in camper vans, little Corollas, just anything and everything really. Complete with an unmarked cop sitting in a Hilux, backed off into the bush somewhere just to make sure everybody was getting through safely.
We went past him.
He's probably right in another place there. Well, it just come through the closed bit. It springs me.
No, like on the track.
You know, there's that blue ute that was like parked up on the corner, he'd like backed into a bush?
Oh.
That was him, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I waved at it, but I didn't realise it was
Yeah. I just thought it was as sweet as.
Yeah, I don't think much noted.
Super pretty drive, lots of really nice native bush, lots of cool wee creeks to go across, and yeah, we'll definitely do that one again.
It feels like a four-wheel drive adventure as opposed to driving on metal roads for a couple of days. Getting thinking.
Brayburn track was next on the hit list. A little more interesting. We knew there were some sort of culverts and that sort of thing to cross. What we didn't realise was quite how flooded they were going to be. So I think, you know, we got through everything safely in the end, but just a little bit of pre-assessment on some of the bigger ones before we got too carried away. Only Henry and Jamie were running snorkels. Me and Will just had our factory air boxes, so pretty mindful of the limited clearance and water levels for those.
It's a proper ford, but for like Henry, it's hard to tell. Quite a lot of water. Hey Jamie, I've seen on your Instagram once before that you're in shorts
And
I'm not the only one in shorts.
oh, look at him, he's just going for it. Yeah. Slippery. It'll be the full.
You're picking up and bringing back. You want picking up and bringing back? Throw in your good. Yeah, we'll just throw your big one.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch these guys go first, because that's going to push right up against our airboxes. That's going to be right up on our. If our airboxes are on the other side, I wouldn't be so concerned. I think we'll be alright. Alright? Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, no way.
Once we made it through Brayburn track, we popped out at Lake Rotorua, decided Henry went and had a look at Parika track just to see what it was like at the bottom. We know it's pretty rough and really steep at that end. He nosed up into it and it was pretty washed out, so way above what our cars were capable of, safely anyway, and definitely given the conditions. So we hightailed it out through to Howard and then down to St Arnaud, before heading through to Leithen Valley and finding a camp spot for the night up there. We're paying attention to those river levels as we travel just to see what they were doing. I've been up the Leithen quite a few times, so reasonably familiar with that, and while the river level was high and we were only going to get to go so far, I knew there were going to be safe places for us to stop for the night and yeah, camp up. Skies were clearing and the sun came out for a short while, which was really, really cool. Yeah, really pleasant evening. There's one water crossing that we decided was probably better not to be done, just with the number of underlying rocks. We just couldn't see what was under the water really with the discoloration. Henry did go through it, but better safe than sorry in this case, decided it just wasn't worth it, especially with some of the guys living so far from Blenheim and needing to drive their cars home.
Here's a question. I don't know if you'll park far enough this way for his awning to reach that one.
Yeah.
No, it'll be hitched.
Because the awning's
Yeah. Yeah. You do that right.
One of my favourite memories of the trip is Will and his tent. You can enjoy this.
That's definitely
So this has the thing.
the things.
The eyelets.
Oh,
so
Yeah.
you know all those clips that you took off?
Yeah, probably didn't need
You
to.
didn't need to.
But I do need to put them back on. It's probably just so you can dry it.
So
right?
the inside
Oh,
will hang
so-
from the fly.
Right.
Which way is the right way?
I'd say it's inside out.
No, it's not, because the seam...
Look
No,
at it.
this is the
No,
seam.
no, no,
that's-
no, 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 only for this reason. Because this will go underneath it. No? Will it not?
Yeah, probably.
Alright?
I didn't see that.
No, you took it apart then. Will loves camping. It's the best.
No, it will. It's the best. Where'd the pole go?
Jamie's been doing it too, but that's a stupid thing.
Oh, here. Alright, Jamie. Take this end of pole, right? Put that in the eyelet.
The tent on it, not yours.
What?
Hold it.
Right. Now bend it. Okay. So we now have a pole. Oh, you know, we've got to thread it through the end. Alright. So it threads through that one?
Far out.
Without entertaining this.
One side and a quarter of a tent and she's done.
Henry 8. Oh, you know, just set it up.
Mine's in, so you can
Yeah,
bend it.
yeah, no, this is exactly how I remember it.
How much was this tea?
Too much.
Tell me it was more than how much you think this is. Now which one? The long one?
That doesn't look
Is
right.
that right? That doesn't look right.
You want the other one?
On the last day we left the campsite and headed a little bit further up the valley, just to see if that sort of river crossing had cleared a wee bit and if we were going to be able to get further up. Henry went over for another look, just to see what it was like, but with limited time in the day and still a few chunky rocks in there and none of us running skid plates at that point, decided to call it a day, turn around and head back to Blenheim.
Yeah, it's definitely lower, but it doesn't help the boulders.
made sure to take any kind of side quest we could find on the way, so that was a wee bit of fun. And a lot of water on the way home, so made a bit of a mess there. So yeah, quick recap on some of the off-road action and what we get up to when we're not in the lower, faster cars. This trip was a silly amount of fun, and yeah, we're definitely looking forward to doing more. A few bits and pieces planned. The trickiest thing to navigate is just how far away everyone lives from each other, but I know we're going to get there. We've got some ideas kicking around for later in the year, so hopefully we can get back out there and find some more action.